Today's quick clip is focused on primary prevention. My name's Kerry Edwards. I'm one of the co-founders of Collab, and with us today we also have Kirrily Dear. How are you going, Kirrily?
I'm fantastic, thank you, Kerry. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Looking forward to unpacking primary prevention with you. Yes. So, Kirrily, we're in the midst of preparing for our first strategy huddle as part of our Hills pilot. And I've just been reading through the content of our presentation and getting ready for that. But there's a slide in the presentation that has a really bold statement on it. And I'm very keen for you to share with us a little bit about this statement. Are you going to pop the statement up for us?
Oh, I don't know if it's that bold. I'm not sure I will. I don't know what I've dug myself into here. Let's see which one you think talking about.
Sure. So the bold statement, primary prevention is the only way that we will reach zero DFV. This is a really bold statement. Kirrily, can you share with us why you believe that primary prevention is the only way that we'll reach zero DFV?
Yeah, absolutely. And this I can argue for hours and hours and hours on this one. So that's, oh, thank goodness, a statement I can stand behind. Wonderful. Okay. So first of all, let's get our heads around primary prevention. I know we've talked about it before, but we'll just go over it again really quickly to make sure we're all in the same space. In the prevention world, there is primary, secondary, and tertiary. And to start off with, let's quickly deal with secondary and tertiary. They're the downstream responses. So when there's an incident of violence, secondary is roughly the immediate response to that, and then tertiary is the recovery. Now, both of those are forms of prevention because they limit the recidivism and the recurrence of violence. So, for instance, most people will be very familiar with victims being removed from homes or leaving home in order to break that cycle of violence. We also know that there's lots of education out there and support available, counselling, etc., that can be used to break those cycles of violence. But to get to zero DFV, and those do make fantastic progress towards zero DFV, obviously reducing the number of incidents is really, really, really important. But to get to zero DFV, we have to get ahead of the curve. We have to get ahead of the problem. And that's where primary prevention comes in. So primary prevention is the stuff we do before the problem to stop the problem occurring. And in the domestic and family violence space, that is often around education, changing habits, changing beliefs, those sorts of things within our community. So primary prevention is absolutely essential if we are to ever reach zero DFV and stop it from occurring. But most importantly, that primary prevention has to be community-led. We can't rely on governments to try and tell people what to do and how to live their lives. We have to come from within the community and say, you know what, this is the standard we're setting for our community and how we're going to live within our healthy relationships, whether that's at home, in the community, or at work, that we put this issue, the topic of healthy relationships front and centre to everything that we're doing. So that's why I'm keen, confident and able to make that statement, Kerry, is because certainly secondary and tertiary will make progress towards zero DFE, but we can only ever actually reach zero DFE with primary prevention in play.
Yeah, okay. So, Kirrily, one of the key premises for Collab is being about community-led or whole of community. But how do we intertwine primary prevention into Collab?
So Collab has the zero DFV strategy at its heart, and that gives the community a framework for primary prevention. Traditionally, our definition of primary prevention has been quite narrow. Most people would think of it as going to rallies or education, but in fact, we've set 16 goals that the community can work on across 4 different areas of focus to build primary prevention. So that's how Collab is building that capability in community.
Yeah, excellent. So if we have tickled your interest about primary prevention, the place to go to find out more is clickcollab.co. And you can register your interest there and receive newsletters or potentially get involved in future Click Collab programs. Looking forward to talking about our next topic in our next quick clip.